How are you today?
I'm fine.
Good. Thanks for being here. Want brownie? This is a rarity. You might want to get one of these brownies because it's kind of rare.
No, I'm fine, thanks.
Okay.
I'm over the marketing department at Sam's Club, and something new they're wanting us to do is just looking into all the cities in our area, and Eastland falls in my area.
Okay.
And we have different promos and things like that. They've actually sent me to the city to get a map, and they want me to drive up and down the roads and mark on the map where all the businesses are at and all the houses are at. And I wasn't sure how the soliciting rules worked in Eastland. I know in Cisco I have to pay a yearly fee.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So you be talking about something for the county would be the unincorporated area. We've got 6 cities in Eastland County. We've got Cisco, Eastland Ranger, Rogers, Norman, and Carbon. But outside of those, there's not any. That's an unincorporated area.
I bet there's some ordinance or anything.
I've never heard of an ordinance on the county level. I'm not sure we even have ordinance about solicitation, ordinance of making the ability of solicitation.
But for the county, to come into county offices and solicit to employees, yes, you need
Now,
commissioner's court.
that'd be an employee policy issue there.
So to be able to come into the courthouse during one of our business focuses or something like that, would I just need to call as a permission?
Yes, and are you wanting, I'm assuming you're going to have employees pay individually, not do it through payroll deduction. Okay.
Unless payroll deduction is something that we could set up. I know we do that in Emerald, but I wasn't sure about it.
It's a little bit harder to do that because government code only allows for us to deduct certain things.
If we allow a for-profit vendor to set up in the courthouse and start doing that, then we open the doors to everybody else. We do some nonprofit fundraising, bake sales, that sort of thing that we do for, Little League and all, but I don't know that we've actually had a for-profit entity set up and do solicitation. I don't think we've ever done that.
What about during open enrollment? The city of Avalon, I go to their open enrollment and have everybody sign up for their insurances and everything. And I'll set up with the banks and the insurance agencies and different things. Our company picnic.
Well, that would just be employee specific, it wouldn't be the public. So you wouldn't have near as much of a pool of applicants at that point. But I'd be hesitant to allow them to use the courthouse for solicitation for a for-profit business like that, because then, as I say, then everybody has the opportunity to come in and do that.
Open enrollment for county employees, I wouldn't think it'd be that big a deal to set up. I mean, the insurance agency set up down there. Even the Airbag bunch was down there last year before last, set up, so.
Do we
That
want,
commissioner's court decided that was a benefit to employees.
Right.
They were willing to allow.
so if we decide to do this for Sam's, that's what we'd have to decide, if it's a benefit for the employees to have that option to do a sign up for Sam's. During open enrollment. When is open enrollment?
August, it's in the middle of August, I think it's 16th and 17th.
Okay. Gentlemen, do we want to see what's your feeling about having Sam's during open enrollment as a vendor?
Sounds good to me.
We can bring waters, we can bring Gatorades, something like that.
Now you're trying to sweeten the deal. We've already got brownies. Okay, anybody want to put that in form of a motion to allow Sam's to be one of the vendors during the open enrollment?
That's just for the employees,
Yeah, just for the employees.
And we're not doing payroll deduction.
not doing payroll deductions.
Okay, I've got a motion, do I have a second?
I'll see.
Motion made and seconded, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, same sign, and that carries. All right, good deal.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Loretta is our auditor, and she also is in charge of setting up various things on open enrollment for vendors, so she'll be your contact with on
No,
that.
I said, Rick, you don't know what it's going to say.
All right, thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you, you bet. Thanks for being here.
You don't have to keep up with, you got a box.
Number 7 is voting machines. Discuss, consider new voting machines and allow Judge Fields to sign new contract. And Lori Mango, maker of the brownie. Thank you for the brownie.
You're welcome. I don't do much about my cooking.
Got a little woozy on that first one, though.
Tell everybody.
Okay. And we discussed this during the budget workshop last week, and
Here's your copy that I
is this the same as we presented?
Yes, sir. Actually, this is the lower price than the very first one.
That's what you told us last week is a new one, lower price. We have enough,
Oh, I'll get one with that. I just have an extra one. Make more copies.
How much lower is it than last time?
It's probably,
$10?
no, it's
Oh, is it
not.
more?
It's in the thousands,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I was just curious.
And they actually added the auto ballot kits to this with a lower price. They're able to add and deduct also. And with the auto ballot, it assures us that nobody will get the wrong ballot. Listen to what they tell them. Because I know, well, like with some, we have precinct 8 and 7, some are Eastland, some are Ivy Star, some are Eastland, some are Cisco. And if you don't pick the right ballot, then they will accidentally get the wrong one. But this assures us that it will not happen. Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. Yeah,
It
and
happened to your wife, I know.
And if they say something before they get the cast
She got
ballot
to vote for
button,
me.
we can cancel it and reissue it. But if they hit that button, then there's nothing we can do about it.
Oh, yeah.
does this total cover every available piece of equipment that we might need to make the new system work?
Yes.
Is that putting the judge's senior citizen discount on there?
No, I have to call in and ask them about that.
I want you to check it. Sorry.
No more
You're
brownies
sitting over
for you.
so quiet this morning, didn't have enough to say, and loud. Guess the meds have kicked in. Worn out, one way or the other. Okay, you know, we talked about this during Commissioner's Court budget workshop last week, and court number 8 ties into it about the financing proposals. My opinion is if we don't do it now, we're not going to have the trade-in that we're going to get from our old machines, and we'll be forced to pay substantially more.
And plus with this deal, they take the old ones off our hands too, so that we won't be stuck with them. And new ones that can be done later on.
It says a special discount of $133,595. Is that our trade-in?
Yeah, that's the buyback stuff.
Okay, it doesn't say buyback, it just says special discount.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was thinking it probably was.
Is that lower or has it always been that price?
The buyback's been that price.
Yeah, I remember being below 130, somewhere that range.
It does are 46.
Okay, gentlemen, what do you want to do? We want to allow me to sign this contract with Hart Civic for the new voting equipment?
I think most we go ahead, because we kind of, don't have to drive, we don't. So,
We're going to lose that trade-in.
right,
And I can get a letter sent in to Secretary of State for the approval also.
Okay,
I make a motion to go with Jason.
okay. We have a motion and
Second.
to enter in, a motion and a second to enter into this Hart Civic agreement, and allow me to sign the same. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Well, the unanimous in, so that carries, and any of these you want me to sign?
It's just that one. I can get it back soon.
How many years we financing?
Do you want one that's not special to study too for you?
He made notes on his, so he doesn't mark that.
He wrote on it?
He doodled on it.
Look,
Yeah.
did you get rid of your,
County
since
insurance.
it's not stapled?
let them do it, so.
Ron, you wrote
She's
all
gonna
of
give all of us a sign.
Okay.
Ron, and we'll draw pictures on
I
this.
haven't drawn any on mine yet, better get it.
Who wants that?
Ron.
You get the one you do with us. Oh, thank you.
Use a pencil next time.
Yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. Sorry.
That's right.
Interest rates are a little higher this time, weren't they?
Yeah.
I think the last thing we did was at 1.8 something.
Yeah.
Okay, who wants this one?
I do.
What? You have anything for me?
No, sir.
You've got your copy? Okay, that takes us to number 8. Election equipment lease and purchase, review financing proposals and select company to finance purchase of election equipment. And Ms. Key, what do we have there?
I did a spreadsheet for everybody and attached the quotes I received. You see on the spreadsheet that government capital is coming in at 2.297%. Welch State Bank's 2.840%, and American National Leasing at 2.90%.
And the government capital is 2.297, and there aren't any fees.
That is correct, the $1 buyout at the end.
Any questions or comments about our potential financing for the election equipment? All right. Rheta, at this point, do you need a motion to allow you, to enter an agreement with government capital about this, or how do you want that to work?
To move forward, I'll bring a contract back to court, but if you'll give me permission to move forward to do the financing.
Can we have a motion then to enter into an agreement with government capital? Once Loretta gets the forms back to us, we'll have it at another meeting to sign. At this point, we just need the authority for her to proceed with government capital financing at this road. Is there a motion by agreement? Okay, motion made. And a second, all in favor, say aye. Aye as well, unanimous. All right, good deal. All right, Lori, new machines. Hey.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, maybe that'll keep us going into the next 20 years or so.
I hope so.
What we get out of the olds now, they're going to be used through this season. We started in about 2005 with them. That's 12 years or so.
It's good. That's much wear and tear they've been through.
Moving those around is probably not good on them.
It breaks up for a little bit. Raining on it. The coffee's still flowing.
All right, item number 9 is salvage equipment. Discuss, consider designating an old voting scanner as salvage. What do we have there?
Well, I adhere to the scanner from Kathy's office that I remember using at some point in time when I helped her with the elections. I'm not sure when the last time it was used. You can no longer get software for it. So Hart has told me scrap it. Hava says if it's got a value of $5,000 or less, you can get rid of it. And since you can't get software for it, it's pretty much worthless. So it's a very large machine taking up a lot of space.
Okay.
It's very heavy.
And it was bought with HAVA federal funds, so I asked Lori to reach out to Secretary of State and get something in writing, making sure they knew it was HAVA federal funds and that they were passing to
Yeah.
dispose.
Dan sent me an email saying,
Is it going to be electronic, like recyclable, and this goes to recycler? I know we can declare this salvage, but then how do we actually get rid of it? Is it plastic, steel? I don't know exactly what it is.
it's,
Like a big printer?
It is like a huge printer,
Mhm.
a lot of metal in it, plastic outskirtings, but all the electronics are electronic.
Do you want to find out the best way to salvage it? I mean, do we need to just throw it in the trash, or do we need to take it somewhere and recycle it, electronic recycling, or?
when I talked to Dan, I told him about the company that came to the football field.
Yes.
He said we could do that.
we can throw it in the dumpster, it's just whatever.
He said you
we
could
wanna
just
do.
throw it in.
Yeah, it's gonna be heavy to get in the dumpster.
Donnie's a big guy.
And from an environmental standpoint, I would prefer we try to take it out to the recyclers, and that way, what little bit get from it will be a donation to child welfare board.
All right, can we have a motion then to declare this voting scanner as salvage and to allow Ms. Mangum to dispose of it as she's been instructed?
Motion.
Second. Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye. And any opposed? None? Okay, would you?
Letter from Secretary of State.
Yeah, before anything gets moved or thrown away, let's make sure that SOS signs off on it.
Yeah.
In-
I have an email from Darren. I did print that out.
Good.
Now I can just get with Donnie and,
Yeah, and if it's something that needs to be taken to recycling, Donnie can do it or set it up with one little Tipton to take it out there.
it took a couple of trustees to get it
Okay.
where it is now.
Okay.
Yeah.
We better, once you get everything done with your paperwork, then just let the sheriff know or Wendell Tipton know about taking it out to the recycler.
Okay.
Okay, good.
All right.
Thank you,
y'all.
Laura. Number 10 is CTO Board, that's Central Texas Opportunities. Discuss, consider appointing a new member to the Central Texas Opportunities Board. This is something that I do on occasion. Right now, we have a member that represents the Commissioners Court, Frank Saylor. He's been doing that for quite some time, and publicly will thank Frank for taking care of that. He represents the county at the CTO board meetings, and he is going off, and CTO reached out and found somebody that wants to represent us. His name is Levi Good, Levigoode, and he has agreed to be our representative on the CTO board if we allow him to do so. And I've got to prepare to appoint him for that. Anybody have any questions or comments about him being the new board member? Okay, can we have a motion then to appoint Levi Good as the representative for Central Texas Opportunities from Eastland County? Motion made, seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye as well. And I will sign this. Julie will sign as well. Sherry, I'm assuming we need to send this back to Hannah Adams, is that right?
I believe so.
Okay. Would you put your stamp on it, let me have one back and send down there whenever you get one?
Did you see where I got 6?
Where you got? Oh, yeah, it's not about like 3 or 4 yesterday.
Navarro County got flooded again too. They just had a flood last night.
What's the county seat of Ohio?
Of course you can.
H.M. Davenport County.
I think you can.
I think that's right. Sorry. There we go. Ma'am?
I think it's of course you can.
Yes. Thank you.
Borrow junior colleges.
Okay, item number 11 is discuss the salary grievance committee formation and book government code 152.014. And Ms. Info brings that to us today.
Yes, sir. You asked that I check into the law, if it's still the same, and get the procedures rolling. I did read up on that, and it is the same procedure as it has been in years past. The court needs to decide the formation of the grievance committee. And I'll read section 152.014. where it says, in each county, there is a salary grievance committee composed of a county judge and, one, the sheriff, the tax assessor, collector, the county treasurer, county clerk, district clerk, county attorney, or criminal district attorney, and the number of public members necessary to provide non-voting members. Or, number two, non-public members if the Commissioners Court votes to have non-public members. And it goes on to state that the county judge is the chairman of the committee but is not entitled to vote, and that public members must be residents of the county. Those public members are from the grand jurors that actually served in the preceding year. So what we need to determine first is the formation that the court wishes to form those from, non-public or.
We've always used a public member.
We've always
I think
used
it's
a public
nine public members directly from there. And I just serve as the chairman, but don't vote, as you said.
I'll make a motion using non-public.
Motion made, seconded, to use the non-public member method for determining the salary grievance committee. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, same sign, and that carries. And I'll bet the next thing you've got up there is the selection of the salary grievance committee. Okay, it's item number 12.
The county judge. So what we're gonna do is what I suggest is drawing some alternates, because it's always difficult to find those first 9. There's a total of 24 names in here.
Okay.
We have to draw 9 for sure on the first, and I was thinking maybe 9, 12 alternates. What do you think?
9 with 12 more alternates.
9 or 12 alternates. So we're gonna draw the first 9, and then draw another 9 or 12. Or we can just draw 5 alternates.
Oh, well, I think we need at least draw 9. Let's draw 9 members and then 9 alternates. All right, listen away. And, oh, that's a good idea. Put them on a sticky where you can just go right ahead and lay them out. Billy Bob Browning from Cisco is our first salary grievance committee member. And Craig Kent from Cisco is our second one. Karen Williamson from Eastland is the third. Gene Foster from Gorman is the fourth one. Glenn Copeland from Carbon is the fifth member. Kathy Webb from Ranger is the sixth member. Jeannie Witt from Cisco is the seventh member. I believe seventh is right. Jeannie Witt.
W-I-T-T.
W-I-T-T. Elaine McAllister of Cisco is the eighth member. Kathy Vernon is the ninth member. Now, is that 9? Okay, then we're going to draw 9 more, and all these will be alternates. Morris Greenhall of Desmona will be alternate number 1. Gary Stinnett of Cisco will be alternate number 2. Kathy Glidewell from Ranger will be alternate number 3. Bobby Rich will be, from Gorman, will be alternate number 5. Is that right?
4.
Number 4. Trent Swearingen from Eastland. Now, that's going to be a problem because he no longer lives in Eastland. He lives in some other county. Did you,
Yeah.
didn't the LGC say it had to be a resident of the county?
Yeah, he'll have to do that in writing. What will happen is it'll be returned to me undeliverable.
Okay, all right. So instead of drawing 9 alternates, I'll draw 10 and make up for that. How about that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then Taina, Tanea Bonilla from Eastland I'm probably mispronouncing that really badly. The next one, Donna Bailey of Eastland is the next alternate. How many do we have with Ms. Bailey?
That will be number 6, no,
Okay.
number 7.
Number 7. Terry Treadway of Gorman will be number 8-10. Stacy Jameson from Eastland will be number 9. And Jack Lowrance from Eastland will be number 10. If I counted those right, is that 10 now? Okay.
That's
All
it.
right, so we've got 9 members and we've got 10 alternates.
And what will happen, I will notify those members, and they have to return back to me in writing, either accepting or declining, and then I'll make a periodic report to the board.
Okay, good deal. Thanks for getting that together.
You're welcome.
All right, number 13 is discuss, consider order restricting fireworks. This is something that we've got to do by June the 15th of each year for the 4th of July fireworks season. And the restricted fireworks are skyrockets with sticks and missiles with fins. Does anybody want to prohibit those types of fireworks?
Probably had to be a drought issue anyway before we can do it.
Takes
Yeah.
says, upon termination of this section, if drought conditions exist, on average, specified county commissioner's court may prohibit or restrict the sale of restricted fireworks. So, I'm assuming nobody wants to make that motion to restrict those fireworks. Hearing none, that we'll take no action on that. Item 14 is road hand part-time hours. Discuss, consider additional hours and pay needed for road and bridge part-time road hands to complete emergency road repairs. Ms. Key?
This was actually Commissioner Maxwell's item.
Okay.
I did not print your budget for everybody.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, did I? Okay. I did.
You did.
I did.
You did. You should be more thankful. I did print your budget for everyone.
I printed your budget for and it's marked. Items 14.
Okay.
My question was if we can use my part-time hand for the other 11 hours of the week while we're doing repairs for FEMA. Of course, as of right now, anyway, there's not even enough money in my part-time line to cover through the whole year, which last year we had the same issue. There wasn't enough in there, which I was able to pull from my budget in different places. And we'll be doing the same thing.
Well, do we want to think about not just precinct 1, but the other precincts as well, about the countywide?
Andy and I want to have part-time. I don't think this affects the regular road hands, correct? And in all honesty, I can't use, I mean, my guy's got something he's got to do anyway, part-time guy. But yours is tops 51 hours for the year. But at 52, you average 30 hours a week for him, because you schedule 29, right? Yeah, so you're looking at 52 weeks. So 51 would be tops that you could use extra without going into that.
Well,
Am I right?
yours works 29 hours a week.
Right.
So, yeah, we're going to get into either we need to switch him to full-time and go ahead and start paying insurance on him, because once he gets over average, or he hits average 30 hours a week, we have to offer him insurance back
Right.
for the whole year.
That's
Yeah.
why we scaled them back to 29 hours,
Yes, sir.
to keep us going into that insurance.
Right.
program.
Right.
So
So,
we're paying retirement on him, but it's the insurance. that we're
Right.
paying.
right.
So that, I mean, but that, tops would be 51, because at 52, you're for sure gonna average 30 hours for a week.
What's the best way that both Andy and Letta see is doing this?
I just that's the question I had, and I'd asked her, being to this emergency situation, if we couldn't use it for the other day at 3 hours, 11 hours. because he's wanting to do it. Right now, he leaves at lunch on Friday, or on Thursdays. It's the following Monday. That extra 11 hours helps.
Sure.
But, I mean, if we can't do it, we can't do it.
If we allow him to do that though, then how do we keep it from being full-time and going to that?
Well, that's what I mean, 51 hours would be tops he could work.
51 hours in one pay
Additional.
period?
No, additional whole year.
The whole year, 51
Yeah.
more hours the whole year. Oh, because about a week.
Yeah, because it's about a week. So you get over 51, you'll average 30 hours.
Okay, we could let him have the additional time right now, and then when it got towards the end of the year, just stop it. When it gets to be, was right bumping up against the full-time amount of time, right? See what I'm saying? Go ahead and have him work now until it gets close to 51 weeks of working full-time, and just stop it.
Well, it's 51
Hours.
hours.
Not-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really, all you can work him extra is 51 hours where he doesn't make that 30-hour week.
Average.
But you could put him on as an extra, right now, per week, 8 hours, and what is he clocks out at halftime on Thursday? So it'd be 12 hours a week, so that's really only gonna be
4 weeks.
4 weeks.
That help a lot.
That would help.
Yeah.
We'll just have to really closely track, make sure we don't go into the full-time pay for him. That would work with it.
Do we know what that's gonna cost? Do we have a projection?
You gonna put your budget
I'm
down?
gonna find it somewhere in my budget.
Can we make a motion then, so I want to make a motion to allow Mr. Maxwell's precinct 1 part-time person to put in more hours, but keep it under the 51-hour cap. Second?
Second.
Okay. I've got a second from this end down here. Kathy, I'm not sure.
We're talking about 4 more weeks, right?
Yeah, it's about 4 weeks.
Commissioner Rutland.
Okay. All right, motion made, seconded, all in favor, say aye. Any opposed, same sign, and that carries. Item 15 is the Affordable Care Act reporting. Discuss, consider, and execute Affordable Care Act reporting and tracking service, ARTS renewal. Ms. Key.
We currently have a contract for fiscal year 16 with Texas Association of Counties. They do the tracking for the 30 hours, the employee hours, and they also, at the end of the year, send out, end of the calendar year, send out the form 1095 for the employees. They do all that. And this is a contract for next fiscal year, and I've talked to Christina, and we would request the county contract again.
Okay, there's no cost to the county this month.
No, sir.
Gentlemen, can we have a motion to enter into this contract with TAC for this Affordable Care Reporting and Tracking Service for the next fiscal year?
One second.
Let me amend that. Will also allow me to sign the
Yeah,
same.
yes.
Okay. And to allow me to sign the same. Is there discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, same sign. And that carries.
And I just noticed at the bottom of the last page, it wants our software vendor and version number. I'm gonna have to give the version number to fill that in.
Do you want to take mine and get back to me today?
All right, that takes us through number 15. Number 16 is the cafeteria plan. Discuss, consider fiscal year 2017 cafeteria plan administration. Ms. Key, tell us what we have there.
We brought this to court before Liberty National, I believe, Liberty Mutual, wanted to administer the cafeteria plan and sell their life products, or their optional products, not life. After the court said, okay, it came to our attention that what they were talking about was only administering the cafeteria plan part for their products, not for everything. So they have politely declined to do it this year. Just like permission for Aflac to go ahead and do it again.
We have a motion before us. Do we have a second?
I'll say.
Motion and second to allow Aflac to administer the cafeteria plan for the county. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, same sign. And that carries. Okay, and 17, we've got a budget hearing.
Loretta, do you see anything in writing that has been declined, determined?
Where do we need to go here?
Okay, the first thing I have is on page 18. And after receiving quotes for financing for the election equipment, need to change the numbers at the bottom of the page, 019490630 principal. If we can drop that to 56,000. And then 010490670, drop that to 8,500.
That's exactly what I had in there. Is that still basic administration? Because I had 56,000 and then 8,500.
Yeah, that's what we changed
So we
it
talked about.
Oh, well, would you like these other numbers?
Let's use whichever numbers are the most accurate.
Okay. Principal, 53,000.
Like,
638.81. And interest, 6,454.97.
just to recap then,
The interest, 6,454.97.
010490630 principal is going to be $53,638.81. And 490670 interest is going to be $6,454.97.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good.
And then the other thing we need to talk about is in the precinct 1 budget
What page is that?
on page 49. The part-time line, we again budgeted it for 24 hours instead of the 29 hours as part-time employee works. We wanted to see if the court wanted us to recalculate that for the 29 hours.
Gentlemen, what do you think? Commissioner?
So what's the 29 hours of these? I don't know why we missed getting the numbers or anything, but we did.
Okay, so line number 020621107 part-time, what would that number actually be? or just wants to go ahead and allow it to be changed.
And Pam will have to recalculate all that.
It would change not only that, but the retirement.
Yes.
Social Security, retirement, unemployment, all of it.
We used to have the full 29 hours, so you may want to make a motion then to make that change on line item 621107 in precinct 1, page 49, to reflect the accurate numbers. Is there a second? Second. All in favor, say aye. And that carries.
This is 29 hours, 29 hours. And the associated payroll line.
Okay.
And the associated payroll line.
I got it. Get that in there. All right, where else do we need to go?
That's all I have right now.
Okay. Anybody else have anything on the budget to discuss today? All right. It's a work in progress.
And what we'll do is with these changes, we'll go ahead and give y'all version 2 so you can see complete numbers.
Good deal. Item 18 is 911 update, corporate dispatch update. I don't have any reports need to bring anybody's attention on 911 or corporate dispatch. And Mr. Sheriff, Clef, Sherry, anything on 911 addressing?
No.
Okay. Gentlemen, anything on 911 or corporate dispatch? Okay, thank you for getting out there and running the way too, we're on dispatch. It's been a while since I told you thank you for that, sir. There you go. You want Brian? Okay. Order adopting or removing burn ban, up down burn ban number 19. Probably not. Somebody makes a motion for a burn ban, no action taken on 19. Number 20 is personnel matters. Ms. Keith?
There is a personnel report. And it's for the period May 21st through June 9th. And during that time, there were no new hires and 1 full-time jail guard termination.
Okay. Anybody else have any personnel matters to discuss today? Any elected or appointed officials? All right. And can we have a motion to accept that one personnel report from the county auditor? Motion made, seconded. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? And that carries. Okay, item 21, budgetary and appropriate matters, and 21A is certification of additional revenue. Looks like we do have some.
Yes. Certification of additional revenue, there are several. The first one is $105.25 received from Cisco College. Went to general fund, combined refunds reimbursement. This was reimbursement for election supplies, and the expenditure line that is being increased also is in the election budget, office supplies for the same amount.
Okay.
The second one is $2,420 received from Applied Concepts. Went to general fund, combined refunds, reimbursements. This was equipment purchased by the DA task force that was returned. I am not increasing an expenditure line. It was purchased last fiscal year. The next one is $10,675.87 received from Hendrick Health Systems. It went to general fund indigent health reimbursement vendors. I am not increasing expenditure lines. It was actually 3, I believe, reimbursements for fiscal year 15 expenditures.
Gentlemen, any questions or comments about the 3 items of additional revenue? Can we have a motion then to certify additional revenue and the expenditures as explained by the county auditor?
Yeah, I'll make it. Second.
Motion made, seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign, and that carries. takes care of 21A, 21B, emergency amendments.
No emergency amendment.
Okay. Line item adjustments.
There are line item adjustments. There are 2 pages. You'll notice in the far right column, several of these are certification additional revenue from the last commissioner's court. And the rest of them are adjustments within budgets. I did have to increase the support for central appraisal, $301.85. We have under budgeted the actual amount.
Gentlemen, any questions or comments on the line item adjustments? Do we have a motion then to make the line item adjustments as presented by the auditor? Okay. Motion made, seconded, all in favor, say aye. Any opposed, same sign, and that carries. Okay, that takes us to 21D, auditor treasurer's report. Ms. Stewart.
We do have our regular meeting report as of June 10th, 2016. The first section is combined statement of cash position. As of last Friday, general fund had $1,738,043.69 in checking, $62,623.78 in tax pool, $1,097,350 in CDs, First Financial Bank, $250,000 in one CD at Texas Bank, $500,000 2 CDs with Cetera, one $250,000 CD with Sharps Bank, one $250,000 CD with Prosperity Bank, for a total general ledger funds available $4,148,017.47. Road and Bridge had in checking $785,397.01. Total general ledger balances as of June 10th, and this is not all accounts are reconciled. $8,674,382.07. The next report is the combined statement of revenue and expense, and it is just for June. The first 10 days of June shows month-to-date revenue and expense and year-to-date revenue and expense by fund. The following statement is the combined statement of cash receipts and disbursement showing beginning cash balance, cash receipts in first 10 days of June, cash disbursements, and then the ending balance as of June 10th. And the last page is the schedule of lease payments. And there are 3 that are in bold now. Those are the 3 that have been paid off.
That's good. Okay, gentlemen, questions or comments about the auditor treasurer's report? For the period ending June the 10th, 2016? Okay, we have a motion to accept that report as presented. Motion made, seconded, all in favor, say aye. And that carries. All right, next up is the investment report on E.
I do not have an investment report this time.
Okay, we'll go to 21F, which is financial reports. And it's showing up here, the sheriff's financial report and county clerk financial report. But I don't think we had that on this. We had that on the last one.
No, our reports are here.
Right?
The sheriff's and my financial.
Okay, I'll just keep having down here. I've also got a JEA report, Justice Court JP 1, 2, and 4, jail report, Constable Precinct 4, and 2 reports from Constable Precinct 2.
I have the district clerk's report.
There you go. That's just JP. Okay, and the district clerk. Okay, Johnny, any questions or comments on any of the financial reports just named? And we have a motion then to accept those reports that were presented this morning. Motion made, seconded, all in favor, say aye. Any opposed, same sign, and that carries.
I'm gonna take you down your feet. You out of it?
He won't be out of that office until the end of this calendar year.
Yeah, we still got to pay him until January.
December the 31st of this calendar year will be his last day off. We'll go with just 2. Precinct 1 is going to be found Larry Journey beginning on January the 1st and 17th. King Payne will be Precinct 2 constable. Same break. All right, item number 22, bills, claims, and accounts. Here's what we have there.
I have several reports, and I do have an addition. The first report is June 9th, a void and rewrite.